What if the person you loved the most was also the person who hurt you the most? What if you spent your whole childhood watching your mom get beaten, promising yourself you'd never end up in that same situation, and then one day, without even realizing it, you became her? That's not just a plot twist. That's the reality for millions of women around the world. And Colleen Hoover wrote a novel about it that has broken more hearts than almost any other book in recent history. Today, we're breaking down It Ends With Us. Every single detail, every emotional gut punch, every plot twist. So you fully understand why this book isn't just a romance novel. It's a survival story. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel today. I'm going to explain the new novel It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Our story begins in Boston at a funeral. But here's the thing. Our main character, Lily Bloom, is sitting on a rooftop after her father's burial. And she isn't crying. She's conflicted. Because her father wasn't a good man. He was abusive, physically violent toward her mother for as long as Lily can remember. And she spent her entire childhood watching her mom stay quiet, stay loyal, stay. Even as a little girl, Lily made herself a promise. I will never be in a relationship like that. I will never stay. That promise, it becomes everything in this book. Now here's something really unique about how Colleen Hoover structures this story. Lily used to write letters. Not a journal, not a diary. Letters to Ellen DeGeneres of all people. Why Ellen? Well, because Lily saw Ellen as someone who was brave enough to be herself in a world that wasn't ready for her. And Lily admired that courage. Through these letters, we get pulled back into Lily's teenage years. And that's where we meet the most important person in her past. Lily is around 15 or 16 years old. One day she notices that the abandoned house near her family's home has someone living in it. Secretly. Quietly. That someone is Atlas Corrigan, a homeless teenager surviving on his own, hiding from the world. And instead of telling an adult, instead of calling for help, Lily starts bringing him food, clothes, basic supplies, because that's who she is. She sees pain and she moves toward it, not away from it. Over time, something real develops between them. Something gentle, something safe. Atlas isn't flashy. He doesn't try to impress her. He just sees her. He respects her. He cares for her in a way she's never experienced from a man before. And Lily falls for him, completely, quietly, deeply. But then Lily's father finds out. And he does what abusive men do when they feel their control is threatened. He finds Atlas. And he beats him. Brutally. After that, Atlas has no choice. He leaves town to join the military, knowing that staying would only make things worse for Lily. But before he goes, he says something to her that she will carry for the rest of her life. It ends with us, meaning the cycle of abuse, the pain, the violence, the silence. It stops here, with us. We don't pass it on. Those 4 words become the emotional spine of this entire novel. Fast forward, Lily is now in her mid-20s. She's building her dream, opening a flower shop in Boston. She's independent, she's focused, she's doing everything right, and then she meets Ryle Kincaid. Ryle is exactly the kind of man who turns heads in a room. He's a neurosurgeon, brilliant, confident, and almost dangerously good-looking. Their first real conversation happens on a rooftop at a party. And right away, Ryle is honest with her in a way that's almost jarring. He tells her flat out, he doesn't do relationships. He doesn't believe in love. He wants something physical, something casual, nothing more. Lily respects the honesty, but she's not interested in that. So she walks away. Except fate or terrible timing or both keeps throwing them together. And Ryle, for the first time in his life, he starts to feel something he doesn't know how to handle. He falls for Lily. Hard. He changes his mind. He wants to try. He wants her. All of her. Properly, seriously. And Lily, despite her instincts, gives him the chance. There's also a fun twist here. Lily's new employee, Elisa, turns out to be Ryle's sister. So suddenly Lily's professional world and personal world are completely intertwined. For a while it looks like a fairy tale. Ryle is charming, attentive, passionate. Lily is happy, but there's something underneath the surface. Something Ryle carries that nobody really talks about. Something dark. Here's where the book makes a sharp turn. and where Colleen Hoover does something really brave as a writer. The first incident of abuse doesn't look like abuse. It looks like an accident. Ryle and Lily are cooking together. Something goes wrong in the kitchen. And when Lily reacts, Ryle grabs her. He's aggressive. He doesn't hit her, but the energy, the force, the look in his eyes, it's terrifying. And then immediately he's apologetic. He's horrified by his own reaction. He calls himself a monster. He cries. And Lily thinks he didn't mean it. It was an accident. He's stressed. He's not that person. Sound familiar? If you've ever witnessed or experienced domestic abuse, you already know what comes next. Because this is exactly how the cycle begins. Not with a monster, with a man who seems wonderful, except for these moments that everyone finds a way to explain away.